So today let's go back to the 1980s. Who were the Yuppies? The 1970s has had an economic downfall due to several different reasons. High interest rates, inflation and unemployment, which all led to a recession. People had to go down to work in a 3-day-a-week, which all led to a vicious circle. Strikes and protests, queuing for food, everywhere became understaffed. Look at the rubbish build-up in the streets. Everywhere was on strike. People now started to think that they'd got to get back to work. And this started to happen in the 1980s. Youngsters started to see advantages and opportunities in buying businesses or starting businesses at knockdown prices. Countrymen were moving to the big cities to work long hours and new jobs and become successful. The media picked up on a word that was floating around called Yuppie, and it stood for Young Urban Professional People. It started to happen. The new youth of the day were becoming busy, affluent, successful. Yuppie was first in print in 1980 in the Chicago magazine. It had been written by journalist and editor Dan Rottenberg, and he actually took credit for using the word but not actually coining it. Nobody knows where it came from. However, like every misfortune event in life or mishap, it all started to lead to a fashion. That's because things develop. Based on the sign of the times, with the smart suits, the matching jackets, the broad shoulders and the big hair, it became known as power dressing. The bigger, the wider, the higher you appeared in society with your fashion, the more important you looked. So what actually was this power look? Well, like I said, first of all, wide shoulders. If you've got broad shoulders, it meant you could take anything and give anything back. The large, double-breasted, wide-shouldered jackets for men made them look really important. So ladies' hair went large. The birth of the mullet, high on top and long, so then mullets for men became fashionable. For some reason, trousers without socks and moccasins were very in. And the brighter, more sparklier you were, the best yuppie you were. And colour matching was no more. Anything goes. Now later on, this developed into what was called the New Romantic period, and that became known with a new movement of music. Technology was new, and with a new synthesizer, electric sounding songs were now popular. So the new synthesizer music, flamboyant and highly coloured outfits came popular, and then makeup to make you even more colourful became fabulous for both sexes. So about 1991, Time magazine wrote about the death of the yuppie. In 1987, the stock market had crashed again, and yuppie became a derogatory term. But for many, the 1980s fashions had been the best, and the era had set a fashion style that I don't think we'll ever really forget. And here is the most famous, fashionable, stylised yuppie of them all. If you've enjoyed another historical fashion story, do join me again next time. Until then, bye!